Welcome, chosen ones. If you're watching this today, you're likely in a place of transition or facing difficulties that seem overwhelming. You may be questioning your strength, your direction, or whether you'll ever make it through the challenges in front of you. This is the exact moment where your journey of discovering the strength you never knew you had begins. In life, there are seasons when everything feels uncertain, when the weight of doubt and fear presses down on you, and you wonder how much longer you can keep going. During these times, it's easy to feel lost or disconnected from your purpose. But here's the truth. God's plan for you is unfolding, even in the midst of your struggle. You are chosen for something greater, even if you can't yet see the full picture. The path you're walking is part of a divine design, one that will lead you to deeper wisdom, strength, and clarity. Just because things feel difficult now doesn't mean they won't eventually transform into something beautiful. God has a unique purpose for your life, and these challenges, though painful, are shaping you into the person you are destined to become. Throughout this video, we'll explore how, in the moments of doubt, insecurity, and fear, you can find the strength within you to rise above. You'll begin to recognize that the very struggles you're facing are shaping you into someone more resilient, more confident, and more aligned with your true calling. As we move forward, I want you to remember this. You are not alone. And through these trials, you will uncover a strength that you never knew was inside you. Let's dive in and discover how to tap into that power. Have you ever felt completely lost, as if you were on a dead-end path? The feeling of not knowing where to go or what to do can be one of the most challenging experiences anyone can face. When everything seems out of control, doubt settles in, and insecurity becomes a constant presence. These feelings can be overwhelming, making you question your own abilities and even your purpose in life. In times of extreme hardship, doubt can feel like a shadow that follows your every step, paralyzing you and preventing you from moving forward. It's important to acknowledge these feelings. They are real and part of the human journey. Feeling insecure doesn't mean you are failing. It means you are being challenged. The very process of going through difficulties can be a valuable opportunity to discover your inner strength. Doubt, though uncomfortable, is often a reflection of an internal transformation. What you're experiencing now, though painful, could be exactly what you need to grow in ways you never imagined possible. This is a concept that many of us don't fully understand right away. When we are in the midst of the storm, it's hard to see beyond the pain and uncertainty. But know this, even when you feel powerless, God has a plan for you. Sometimes the path seems winding, but it always leads to something greater. The struggles you face are not signs that you are lost. They are signs that you are being shaped for something grand. When doubt arises, it doesn't have to mark the end of your journey. In fact, it can be the starting point for a new understanding of yourself and the divine purpose you carry within. By recognizing that insecurity is not your destiny, but a temporary part of your walk, you open the door to new opportunities for spiritual growth. Even in the most difficult moments, you can begin to see these challenges as invitations to something greater, something deeper. As you reflect on this, remember that these moments of doubt are not the end, but rather a beginning. They are the first steps towards understanding a deeper truth that awaits you, a truth that will guide you through the next chapters of your journey, where you will uncover the power that lies within you and the divine guidance that leads your path. As you reflect on the challenges and doubts you faced, you may realize that true strength often appears only when we are pushed beyond our limits. It's in those moments of struggle, when we feel like we can't go on, that we discover an unexpected resilience within us. This strength doesn't come from external sources. It comes from deep within, and sometimes we don't even know it's there until we are forced to reach for it. One example of this can be seen in the story of someone who, faced with seemingly insurmountable odds, found a way to rise above them. Take the story of a person who, after losing a loved one, felt utterly lost. Overwhelmed by grief and despair, they wondered how they would ever move forward. But as time passed, they began to realize that the strength to endure the pain was already inside them. With each small step forward, they tapped into an inner power they hadn't recognized before. This power didn't eliminate the pain, but it gave them the courage to face each day, to keep going even when it seemed impossible. What they discovered was that true strength is not about being invulnerable. It's about having the courage to keep moving forward, even when we feel weak. This story is not unique. It's a reflection of what many of us experience in times of adversity. Often, it is only through facing our greatest struggles that we come to understand the depth of the strength we carry within. And this strength is not our own. It is a gift from God, placed in our hearts to guide us through life's challenges. When we look inside ourselves, we begin to see the seeds of hope, faith, and courage that God has already planted within us. Recognizing this inner strength is a crucial part of the spiritual journey. It is not about looking for strength outside of ourselves, but rather understanding that everything we need to overcome is already within us. God has equipped us with the tools necessary for survival, growth, and success. The key is to trust in His plan and lean into the strength He has already provided. As you continue your journey, remember that the challenges you face are not just obstacles. They are opportunities to tap into the divine strength within you. By embracing the difficulties, you unlock the potential that God has already placed in your heart, and you discover the power to overcome anything that stands in your way. In times of hardship, it can often feel as though everything is falling apart. The world around us becomes chaotic, and we struggle to make sense of the pain, confusion, and uncertainty. However, it is precisely in these moments of chaos that God works most profoundly to shape our character and strengthen our faith. Just as gold is refined in the fire, our hearts are purified through trials, and our faith is made stronger through adversity. God's work in our lives is often unseen, especially when we are in the midst of difficulty. While we may not understand the reasons behind our struggles, we can take comfort in knowing that God is always in control. His plan for us is greater than we can comprehend, and His love and wisdom guide us through even the darkest times. Trusting in God's control during moments of chaos is an act of faith in itself, believing that He knows what is best for us, even when the path is unclear. Consider the stories of people who, in the midst of great personal or global crises, found direction and purpose. One such story is that of Joseph in the Bible, who was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned unjustly. Yet, through all these trials, Joseph's faith never wavered, and he came to understand that God had a plan for him. Ultimately, his suffering led to his rise as a powerful leader, saving many from famine and bringing his family back together. Joseph's story reminds us that what seems like a series of random, painful events may actually be part of a divine plan to guide us to something greater than we could ever imagine. Our own struggles often hold the key to understanding God's plan for our lives. When we face challenges, we are given the opportunity to grow in faith, trust, and perseverance. Through these difficulties, God's love is revealed, and His wisdom becomes clear in the way He guides us through. Sometimes, His plan unfolds gradually, as we learn to rely on Him and surrender our need for control. Other times, it may take years for us to see the full picture, but in all cases, God's purpose is always at work. As you reflect on the trials you face, remember that they are not without purpose. In the midst of chaos, God is shaping you, refining your character, and preparing you for the next steps in your journey. Trust that, even when you cannot see the way forward, God is leading you with love and wisdom, and His plan for you will be revealed in due time. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that can hold us back from discovering our true strength. It often acts as a barrier, preventing us from taking the steps we need to move forward. The fear of failure, of the unknown, or of making mistakes can paralyze us, making it difficult to embrace the challenges life presents. Yet, in many cases, it is only by facing our fears head-on that we uncover the strength we never knew we had. To overcome fear, we must first acknowledge its presence without letting it control us. One effective strategy is to shift our focus from what we cannot control to what we can. Trusting in the process, even when the outcome is uncertain, allows us to see fear not as an obstacle but as an opportunity for growth. Practices like mindfulness and self-reflection can help calm the mind, reconnecting us with the inner strength that lies within. When we begin to trust our own resilience and the greater guidance at work in our lives, fear gradually loses its grip. Additionally, it's essential to recognize that uncertainty doesn't have to be feared, it can be embraced. The unknown often holds the greatest opportunities for personal growth. In moments we never expected, we might discover hidden talents, strengths, and wisdom. These challenges are not merely tests of endurance. They are opportunities to expand our potential and trust that we are being guided toward the right path. Think about your own life for a moment. Have you ever faced a situation where you were afraid to take the next step? Perhaps you feared making a change, starting something new, or stepping into the unknown. What did you learn about yourself once you moved through that fear? Did you uncover strengths and abilities you never knew existed? How did the inner guidance and wisdom you felt, even when unclear, play a role in helping you overcome that fear? As you continue on your path, remember that fear is not a roadblock. It is a stepping stone. When we face our fears with courage and trust in the greater plan unfolding, we open ourselves to new possibilities and deeper growth. Embrace the unknown, for it is in those moments that you will find the strength to become all that you were meant to be. Faith is a powerful force that can guide us through life's most challenging moments. It is the foundation of our belief in something greater, a trust that we are not alone in our struggles. But faith, by itself, is not enough. It must be paired with action to create real transformation. Believing in God's plans for us is crucial, but without taking practical steps toward our goals, faith remains dormant. It is through our actions that we show our trust and align ourselves with the divine guidance that's always present. When we have faith in God's plan, it opens the door to new possibilities, but it is up to us to walk through that door. Action is the bridge between where we are now and where we are meant to be. We may not always know exactly how things will unfold, but when we trust in God's direction, we can take steps in faith, confident that each move will lead us closer to the purpose He has set for us. There are countless stories of people who, through their faith in God, made courageous decisions that transformed their lives. One example is the story of Abraham, who was asked to leave everything he knew and step into the unknown. Despite his doubts and fears, Abraham trusted in God's promise and took the first step. His faith in God was clear, but it was his action that brought about the fulfillment of that promise. Similarly, many people in modern times have trusted in God, but also made bold decisions to change their circumstances, whether it was changing careers, starting a business, or making a personal commitment to growth. Aligning our actions with our faith is a daily practice. It requires us to listen closely to the guidance we receive through prayer, meditation, and reflection. It means trusting that God's timing is perfect and that our actions, no matter how small, are part of His greater plan. When we act in faith, we open ourselves to God's blessings and allow His purpose to unfold in our lives. Even when the road is difficult or the outcome uncertain, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that we are not walking alone. The path to overcoming is a combination of believing in God's plan and courageously taking action. Our faith will guide us, but it is through our actions that we demonstrate our trust. Let your faith be the foundation, but let your actions be the steps that lead you to the life God has prepared for you. There are countless stories of individuals who, despite facing overwhelming challenges, discovered a strength within themselves they never knew existed. One such story is that of a man named James, who, after losing his job, was faced with financial ruin. On top of that, his health began to decline, and he felt completely lost. Yet, in the depths of his despair, James found a renewed sense of faith. He turned to prayer, seeking guidance and strength. Instead of giving in to fear and hopelessness, he decided to take action, applying for new jobs, learning new skills, and making the most of every opportunity that came his way. Through his perseverance and unwavering faith, James eventually found a new job that not only provided financial stability but also gave him a deeper sense of purpose. His health improved as well, as he found peace in trusting God's plan for his life. James's story is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest times, when everything seems lost, there is strength to be found within. Faith and perseverance, combined with action, can transform any situation, no matter how dire it may seem. What makes stories like James's so inspiring is the way they demonstrate the power of faith in action. In moments of crisis, it's easy to become paralyzed by fear, doubt, and uncertainty. However, when we hold on to our faith and continue moving forward, even when the way is unclear, we begin to see the seeds of transformation. Perseverance, fueled by faith, is what leads us through the storm and into the calm on the other side. Each one of us has the ability to write our own story of overcoming. It's not about avoiding struggles, but about how we respond to them. When we rely on our faith and trust in our inner strength, we can navigate the most difficult circumstances with grace and resilience. Your story, like that of James, is not defined by the storms you face, but by how you choose to stand firm in your faith and take courageous steps forward. Reflect on your own life for a moment. What are the challenges you've faced, and how has your faith helped you through them? How can you draw on your inner strength to overcome the difficulties you may still face? Remember, your story of overcoming is still being written, and with faith, perseverance, and trust in God's plan, you can turn every storm into an opportunity for growth and strength. It's often in our most difficult moments that we discover parts of ourselves we never knew existed. When life presents us with challenges, we are forced to dig deeper, to find inner strength and resilience that we may have never tapped into before. Whether it's facing a personal crisis, dealing with loss, or navigating a tough season in life, adversity has a way of revealing our true character. In the midst of hardship, we find qualities like patience, determination, and courage, qualities that were always within us but only emerged when we needed them most. The role of adversity in shaping us is profound. It is through facing difficulties that we become more resilient. Each challenge we encounter has the potential to refine us, teaching us valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. As we endure hardships, we begin to recognize that they are not simply obstacles. They are stepping stones that lead us to greater strength. God uses these trials to prepare us for the greater purpose He has for our lives, molding us into the people we are meant to become. When we embrace challenges instead of resisting them, we open ourselves up to transformation. Rather than viewing difficulties as roadblocks, we can see them as opportunities for growth. As we face adversity with faith, we begin to understand that each struggle is part of a bigger picture. The pain we experience today is often the soil from which the seeds of strength, wisdom, and faith will grow. Through adversity, we are made stronger, more compassionate, and more connected to the purpose that God has for us. Think about a time in your life when you faced a great challenge. What did that experience reveal about your character? How did you grow through it? The transformation that occurs when we embrace difficulty is not always immediate, but over time, we see how the challenges we face are the very things that shape us into better versions of ourselves. As you continue on your journey, remember that every difficulty you encounter is an opportunity for growth. Trust that God is using these moments to reveal the best in you, and that, through them, you are being prepared for the purpose He has in store for your life. Discovering your inner strength is a transformative experience that impacts not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. When you tap into your true potential, you begin to navigate challenges with a sense of purpose and resilience that others can see and feel. This newfound strength becomes a beacon of hope and encouragement for those who may be facing their own struggles. The way you face adversity with faith and determination can inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a testament to the power of the human spirit, showing others that they, too, are capable of overcoming their own trials. Sharing your story of overcoming difficulties has a profound impact on others. By opening up about your struggles and how you found the strength to push through, you give others the permission to acknowledge their own challenges and take action. Your journey becomes a source of inspiration for those who may feel stuck, unsure of how to move forward. When people see someone else rise from adversity, it sparks a belief in their own ability to do the same. In this way, your strength becomes a catalyst for the strength of others, creating a ripple effect of hope, faith, and perseverance. As you walk your path and face challenges, remember that your story is not just about you. It's about the lessons you've learned and the strength you've gained, and how those experiences can serve to inspire others. When we share our struggles and triumphs, we help others feel less alone in their own journeys. You may never know the full extent of your impact, but by living your truth and embracing your inner strength, you are creating a space for others to do the same. Reflect for a moment. How has someone else's story of resilience inspired you? Perhaps you can think of a time when someone's journey gave you the courage to face your own difficulties. Now, consider how you can be that inspiration for someone else. Your strength, rooted in faith and perseverance, has the power to light the way for others as they walk their own paths of transformation. No matter what challenges you face, Always remember that the strength God has given you is more than enough to overcome any obstacle. Every trial you encounter, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity to tap into the power that has been instilled within you. You are not alone in your struggles. God's guidance and strength are always available to help you rise above. With faith, perseverance, and the belief that you are equipped for every challenge, there is no limit to what you can achieve. It's easy to doubt ourselves when we are faced with obstacles, but in those moments, it's essential to remember that we have been chosen for something greater. You are here with a purpose that only you can fulfill. Believe in yourself and trust that every difficulty you face is preparing you for something even greater. You have the strength to not only overcome but to thrive. God has equipped you with all that you need to walk through this life with courage, resilience, and unwavering faith. As you move forward, remember to see yourself as a chosen one, someone with a unique purpose, someone with an unshakable strength that comes from within. No matter what life throws your way, trust that you have the power to rise, to stand tall, and to embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth. Your journey is just beginning, and with each step you take in faith, you will discover the incredible strength you have always possessed. Believe in yourself, trust in the purpose you have been given, and know that, no matter the obstacles, you are capable of achieving greatness. You are stronger than you think, and the best is yet to come.